In the untamed heart of Sabi Sands, every sunrise signals the beginning of another battle for survival. Amid golden grasslands and ancient acacia trees, life is never promised to any creature. Lions move through their domains with a blend of dominance and vigilance, while hyenas linger at the edges, waiting for a single misstep. Herds of impalas sprint with elegance, yet each leap carries danger, as leopards glide through the thickets, silent and unseen. In this relentless corner of Africa, only the strongest, the sharpest, and the most resilient endure to witness a new dawn. Here in Sabi Sands, life and death move side by side, balanced on a line as delicate as it is captivating. The lion is a presence that commands respect. It is neither quiet nor subtle, yet its arrival alone fills the landscape with authority. One look at its massive frame stops every creature in its tracks. Often called the uncrowned ruler of the African savannah, the lion moves with a confidence that requires no proof. Its muscular body, the thick mane surrounding the male's neck like a fiery halo, and its impressive weight, sometimes reaching nearly 200 kilograms, embody raw power. Every stride declares dominance. Unlike the solitary leopard, lions live in prides, complex social units led by experienced females and one or more dominant males. Their breeding doesn't follow a strict season. It depends largely on the presence of the alpha male. When a female enters heat, mating occurs multiple times a day over several consecutive days. After a gestation of about 110 days, the female gives birth to 1 to 4 cubs in a secluded den. The newborns are fragile and entirely dependent on their mother. Only weeks later, once they grow strong enough to keep up, they are introduced to the pride. Hunting is a coordinated effort, a carefully synchronized operation. Lionesses approach their prey quietly from the shadows or dense brush, while others position themselves to close the trap. They often target young or isolated animals, antelopes, zebras, even buffalo, and the hunt ends with a precise, powerful bite. As dusk settles, a pride moves along the forest edge. Days have passed since their last meal. Suddenly, the lead male halts. He catches a different scent. A leopard has recently made a kill. The smell of fresh prey lingers in the air, narrowing his eyes and lifting his ears. He signals the lionesses with a subtle nod, guiding them into a wide formation aimed at the source. Nearby, the leopard rests on a low branch, keeping a close watch on the antelope hanging from the tree. The tension thickens. A lion charges forward, but the leopard reacts instantly, climbing higher out of reach. Below, the lion roars in frustration, unable to scale the same heights. The leopard's meal remains safe, though the atmosphere hums with challenge. Two predators, two strategies, two very different worlds. The encounter ends without a true victor, yet without retreat. Because this moment was never only about food, it was an expression of instinct, power, and the unyielding spirit that governs the wild heart of Sabi Sands. As the evening shadows stretch across the grasslands, another figure slips into view, leaner and more agile. It moves with the unmistakable confidence of a natural hunter. From a distance, one might mistake it for a leopard, yet it is something very different. This is a predator shaped for pure speed, armed with a strategy unlike any other. The cheetah. Its entire body has been refined by nature for one purpose: high-velocity pursuit. Slender, streamlined, and built for acceleration. It measures between 110 and 140 centimeters in length and weighs from 35 to 65 kilograms, a balance of strength and lightness that makes it the perfect sprinter. Its coat, pale yellow and dotted with evenly spaced black spots, sets it apart from the leopard's rosette pattern. But its most distinctive feature lies on its face, two bold black streaks, like teardrops, running from the eyes to the corners of the mouth. These markings are more than decoration. They help reduce glare and sharpen focus during hunts under the intense midday sun. Its long, supple tail acts like a rudder, allowing sudden changes of direction during high-speed chases. Every muscle, every tendon has evolved for rapid movement, making the cheetah the very embodiment of motion in the animal kingdom. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah cannot roar. Its vocalizations consist of soft chirps, short growls, and high-pitched calls, subtle sounds used for close communication. It is a hunter of daylight, preferring to stalk its prey during the cooler hours of morning and late afternoon, when lions and hyenas, its most dangerous competitors, are less active. Cheetahs live largely solitary lives. When females reach adulthood, they separate and roam alone. Males, however, may live individually or form small coalitions of 2 or 3, working together to defend a territory and improve their breeding chances. Females occupy wide ranges that often overlap with those of several males, while males guard smaller but prey-rich areas with determination. Cheetahs have no fixed breeding season. When a female enters heat, she releases pheromones that draw in nearby males. After several days of courtship and mating, pregnancy lasts between 90 and 95 days. The female then gives birth to a litter of 2 to 6 cubs, small and fragile at birth. Their early weeks are the most perilous. Up to 90% of cubs are lost to predators such as lions, hyenas, and even large birds of prey. The mother constantly moves, frequently changing her hiding spots to stay undetected. After 6 to 8 weeks, the cubs begin to join her on hunts, learning how to stalk and chase. Eventually, each will venture out on its own across the sprawling golden plains of Sabi Sands. That morning, the sun cast a warm golden light over the savannah. A cheetah observed a herd of impalas from beneath a low acacia. Eyes sharp and tracking every subtle movement. Suddenly, it froze. It wasn't prey that had caught its attention. Another sleek, silent figure was approaching from the other side. An adult leopard, also hunting. As their eyes met, tension filled the air. The cheetah straightened first, its long, lithe body pulsing with controlled energy. The leopard remained low, back arched, head down, hind legs coiled like springs, ready to strike. The two predators lunged. The clash lasted only minutes, yet every moment seemed stretched by tension. In the end, both pulled back. Neither was injured, but the boundary was unmistakable. The cheetah retreated first, while the leopard lingered for a heartbeat before vanishing into the grasses. Silence returned. Only the rustle of leaves and the quiet footsteps of the savannah's creatures remained. It was a confrontation without death, yet full of significance, a testament to the fine line between instinct and identity. In these rich, teeming lands, the savannah is shaped by more than just the four-legged hunters. Leopards stand among the finest hunters of the savannah, unmatched in silence and precision. Their coats, shimmering gold patterned with dark rosettes, resemble a moving canvas that embodies the wilderness of Africa. As sunlight slips through the canopy, the smooth motion of their muscles creates a ripple of controlled strength and effortless grace. Their amber eyes burn with focus, scanning every shift in light and every subtle movement around them. Patience is their greatest weapon. Hidden in dense cover, they shadow their prey with near-perfect stillness, waiting for the exact heartbeat in which to strike. No dramatic chase is needed. One accurate, powerful pounce ends the hunt in moments. Among the large cats, few match their skill in climbing. Leopards live alone, ruling their personal domains without the need for a group. Their call, a coarse, soaring sound, travels through the bush, serving as a stark reminder of their presence. A dominant male controls a vast territory, sometimes stretching across dozens of kilometers. He patrols it tirelessly, leaving scent markers and announcing his authority with that deep, resonant call. Yet the most dangerous moments often arrive in silence. Beneath the cover of low branches, a rival male slips through, moving with the confidence of an uninvited guest. He pauses, detecting a fresh scent mark on a tree. His ears tighten, his gaze sharpens, and his breath stills. Each step becomes heavier, not from fatigue, but from rising tension. Another male is close. The air seems to thicken with rivalry. The dominant male's scent remains strong, but the newcomer refuses to retreat. The two finally come face to face, only meters apart. In a sudden flash, one lunges, the fight is fast, fierce, and unmistakable. Minutes later, the challenger gives way and withdraws. Under the fading colors of sunset, the victorious male stands firm. Their breeding season has no fixed pattern. It shifts with rainfall and the availability of prey. When the rains arrive, males begin tracking the scent of females in heat. Mating is brief, but repeated over several days. After roughly 3.5 months of pregnancy, the female gives birth to 1 to 3 cubs. During their first weeks of life, leopard cubs remain hidden away. Entirely reliant on their mother, she shields them from every threat, even from other adult leopards. Despite having young to protect, the female must continue hunting. And in the plains of Sabi Sands, few targets are as common or as challenging as the swift and alert herds of impalas. Among the most abundant herbivores of Sabi Sands, the impala stands out for its slender build and natural elegance. Its powerful spring-like hind legs allow it to leap nearly 3 meters into the air. Its reddish-brown coat, gleaming under the sun, contrasts sharply with the white underside and the dark stripes that run along the backs of its legs. Their ears constantly shifting, and their large, watchful eyes serve as early warning systems against threats that may approach from afar. Impalas gather in large groups, led by a dominant male. They often roam along the edges of woodlands, where they feed on tender shoots and fresh leaves. But this instinct to group together can sometimes make them easier targets for predators. As dusk settles, a leopard moves carefully through the tall grass, dampened by evening dew. It has already chosen its target, with eyes locked, breath controlled, and every muscle coiled like a spring. It prepares for the strike. Ahead of it, an impala steps away from the herd and lowers its head to graze, unaware of the danger approaching. The distance narrows. The leopard advances by mere centimeters, so slowly and silently that the air itself seems still. Within seconds, the hunt is over. Without the need for a long chase, the predator secures its prize. It drags the carcass toward the base of a tree, away from scavengers. In the wild, securing a meal is only the beginning. Knowing how to protect it is just as essential for survival. The African wild dog is a singular predator, unmistakable for its mottled coat where shades of black, ochre, and yellow blend as if splattered across its body. Its large, rounded ears pivot at the slightest sound, capturing even the faintest whisper in the grass. Slim-bodied with long legs, these hunters are tireless runners, capable of covering miles without pause. Unlike lions or leopards, which hunt alone, their strength lies not in individual power, but in the unity of the pack. Each member plays a vital role. Every hunt is executed with precise coordination. A wild choreography, a rhythm of life and death, performed with terrifying perfection. After a long night of pursuit, the pack finally rests. The golden light of dawn spreads across the plains. Puppies tumble and play among the adults, who form a protective circle. Some collapse, half asleep, muscles relaxing after days of exertion. For a moment, the savannah seems calm, as if danger has vanished. Yet this sense of security is only an illusion. Here, safety is never guaranteed. Hidden in the tall grass, golden eyes watch. The territory's ruler, a gray-maned lion with massive shoulders, scans the scene. He ignores the pack's noise, fixing on a lone individual standing apart in the distance. With each step of the lion, tension mounts. His approach is slow, deliberate, unstoppable. The isolated wild dog seems doomed. The lion retreats before the collective fury. When the ground settles, one pack member has fallen a loss, a warning, a new lesson etched into the memory of the group. Life continues. On this harsh plain, only unity and resilience keep the cycle alive. Not all moments are violent through play, grooming, and innocent races. The bonds of the pack grow stronger. These moments foreshadow the breeding season, the invisible thread ensuring the species' continuity. As the days pass, the pups mature, and the savannah echoes with a long, deep howl, the signal that a new generation is ready to join the eternal circle of survival. Hidden among cliffs and dry trees, baboons thrive intelligent, numerous, and always vigilant. They lack the sharp claws of big cats and the hypnotic speed of hunters, yet they make up for it with something even more powerful: brains, coordinated group strategy, and unpredictable boldness. Their fur, tousled and grayish-yellow, blends seamlessly with the dusty landscape. Their long, formidable canines and sharp, calculating eyes hint at a keen mind beneath a rugged exterior. In the blazing sun, they gather on rocks, observing their surroundings with piercing stares, sharp calls, and constantly twitching tails. Baboons are intensely social creatures. Their lives revolve around strict hierarchies, discipline, and above all, courage. When a predator threatens their young, the troop can unite into a single, formidable force. On rare occasions, they confront enemies head-on without hesitation. In this region, the relationship between leopards and baboons is an ongoing battle of wits versus instinct. The leopard hunts alone, a solitary killer. The baboons survive as a connected community, where the loss of one can ignite the fury of the entire troop. As evening falls, the wind rustles through the trees, carrying the distant cries of baboons from the cliffs. In the shadows, leopards retreat, their forms melting into the darkness as if they were never there. In this world, the line between hunter and prey is razor thin. In Sabi Sands, there is no room for mistakes. Sometimes survival is determined not by the strength of claws, but by the calm wisdom of knowing when to step back. In the distance, at the edges of the savannah, another sound rises deeper, slower, yet equally sacred, a continuation of the endless symphony of the wild. It is the call of the gentle giants, the keepers of Africa's memory. If the lion is the heart of the savannah, then the elephant is its soul, the guardian of the earth itself, holding in memory every river, every season of rain, and the ancient migration routes that have nourished life for millennia. As the sun climbs above the endless sea of grasses, their massive silhouettes move slowly across the red earth, leaving footprints etched into history. Without fanfare or boast, each step is a solemn breath of time, a reminder that the memory of nature marches on, eternal and unbroken. Elephants are the silent travelers of the natural world. Their journeys can stretch for hundreds of kilometers, guiding their herds across arid lands in search of water and fresh pastures. Where elephant tracks appear, life awakens. They are living sources of sustenance for the savannah. Every path they carve carries the mark of time. Their immense feet press gently on the grass, opening trails for smaller creatures to follow. They are not just wanderers, they are architects of life's pathways, leading herds of antelope, buffalo, and even the free wind that sweeps across the endless plains. The majestic elephant trunk is more than a tool for feeding. It is a symbol of nature's ingenuity. Each movement stirs hidden currents, creates temporary watercourses during the dry season, and serves as a gentle hand that revives forests and grasslands alike. When an elephant topples a tree, it is not destruction, but the birth of new life. Sunlight pours into the clearing, awakening seeds long dormant beneath the soil. The fallen trunk becomes a shelter for insects, food for smaller creatures, and a source of nutrients for the earth. After a few seasons of rain, the area flourishes green, vibrant, and brimming with renewed life. In the driest lands, elephants are nature's quiet architects. With their powerful trunks, they patiently dig until they reach water hidden beneath the surface. These wells become oases where antelope, zebras, and migratory birds gather to share every precious drop, a gift offered by the earth and sky to the world. The memory of elephants is nothing short of miraculous. They recall every path they have walked, every tree's shadow, the gentle murmur of ancient rivers. They even remember where their loved ones fell. When they return, they stand in quiet reflection for long moments, as if speaking to the memories and spirits that still wander the savannah. Family life among elephants is marked by deep bonds and affection. Guided by the wise matriarch, the herd learns to navigate muddy terrain, locate hidden water sources, and touch one another gently with their trunks, as if each caress carries a whispered message of love. In this world, words are unnecessary. Emotions, understanding, and memories passed through generations are enough. The calves run and leap around their mothers, rolling in fresh mud while adults stand watch, calm and protective, guardians of their family. Their deep, resonant calls carry for miles, echoing across forests and plains, reaching distant herds. Each sound is not just a call, but a symphony of connection, a heartbeat of the great wilderness itself. Under the crimson glow of sunset, the herd moves across the river in a line, their elongated shadows stretching over the water like ancestral spirits returning home. In that moment, strength and serenity blend. Time and memory merge, a timeless scene painted by nature herself. Elephants have walked these lands long before humans existed, silent witnesses to countless cycles of sun and rain. They continue their tireless journey. In their profound memory resides not only the story of the elephants, but the story of all Africa, a land of life, strength, and enduring resilience. Higher still, in the upper reaches of the sky, a majestic shadow glides, the martial eagle, the undisputed queen of the African heavens. With a wingspan reaching up to 2.5 meters, a powerful body, and commanding flight. It embodies the very wind of death in motion. Its plumage is a perfect paradox. Dark, cold gray across the back, while the belly is white, dotted with black specks as if the sky itself had painted it to remind all creatures that danger may be silent. But it never ceases to watch. Its eyes, astonishingly sharp, can detect movement over 3 kilometers away, a rabbit crossing under a dry tree, a mongoose slipping through bushes, or a young antelope straying from its herd. Its legs, covered in black scales, end in 6-centimeter talons, capable of cracking a monkey's skull or striking down a juvenile antelope with a single blow. Like the brown snake eagle, it is a solitary hunter, but its solitude makes it all the more fearsome. In a world where prey is scarce and every flight carries risk, the martial eagle can take down creatures as formidable as young ostriches or even baboons' targets that few predators dare approach. Across the vast skies of Sabi Sands, these two eagles represent extremes of survival. One embodies patience and learning, the other raw power and lethal precision. Two silent forces, yet bound by the same immutable law of nature to live, hunt and die under the all-seeing sun. At midday, when the sun scorches the earth, the ground seems to exhale fire. In this relentless heat, every living being clings to existence, enduring minute by minute. Yet even amid the drifting dust and burning sand, fragile moments of tenderness emerge. Among dry thorns and jagged rocks, a lappet-faced vulture lowers its head carefully to tend to a newborn chick, sheltered in a rough nest. Though vultures are often labeled cruel scavengers, here there is no hint of such a dark reputation. The mother acts as a guardian of the desert, a living symbol of patience and care. Its ivory feathers catch the sunlight, contrasting with its bright red neck and golden eyes that survey the surroundings with calm vigilance. There is a majestic nobility in its presence, a silent dignity that defies human prejudice. In a world where life and death constantly brush against each other, It chooses stillness, adjusting its feathers, shading its chick, and remaining alert. Every movement conveys care, tenderness, and a quiet form of love in a landscape dominated by struggle. But serenity never lasts. High above, the martial eagle spreads its enormous wings, circling, measuring distances, wind currents, and shadows. Each circle is calculated with precision. The wind, the light, the terrain, all analyzed with deadly accuracy. Suddenly, the eagle dives, a whirling force descending from the sky. The air grows tense. Silence returns, heavy and deceptive. This calm is no peace. It is a thin veil, concealing the threat still lingering above. Below, the vulture mother continues her duties, undaunted, uninterrupted. No one can predict whether next time the eagle will withdraw or if its shadow will fall forever over the nest. High atop the dry cliffs, where the air shimmers under the scorching sun, lives a solitary predator, the brown snake eagle. Even during breeding season, it favors solitude. The female builds her nest alone, selecting a sturdy, elevated branch high enough to evade predators, yet close to her hunting grounds. Using dry twigs, bark, fallen leaves, and feathers that carry traces of her past prey, she weaves a modest shelter suspended in the sky. It is not grand, but it is strong, designed to hold a single promise of life, one fragile egg. Each season, everything hinges on that delicate hope. For 50 days, the egg remains still beneath the relentless heat. The mother guards it with unwavering patience, leaving only when the sun becomes too harsh or a threat. Vultures, snakes, or other enemies approaches too closely. When the chick hatches, it is blind and weak, as vulnerable as a dry leaf in the desert. Yet nature provides its first down, a grayish-brown hue, reflects sunlight and blends seamlessly with the rocks and sand, a perfect camouflage from day one. In the first months, survival is not just about feeding, it is about learning. The mother brings live snakes, writhing and hissing, to teach her chick to recognize danger, strike with precision, and retreat when necessary. The young eagle learns which snakes are venomous, which are deadly, and which can be subdued. Although it grows more slowly than the martial eagle, it develops keen observational skills and judgment early qualities essential in a land where a single mistake can mean death. Around day 100, the juvenile stands tall. It flaps its wings, scans the horizon from the nest's edge, and memorizes every air current and every shadow moving across the grass below. Only when it feels strength in its wings and certainty in its gaze does it take its first flight. No one teaches it to hunt a puff adder. There are no lessons or words. Yet each time it watches its mother snatch a venomous snake mid-air, it ingrains the silent law of its species into instinct. In the battle of claw and venom, a single error can seal one's fate. As the sun sets over Sabi sands, shadows stretch across the plains, and the distant roar of a lion signals the close of another day. The savannah falls into a hushed stillness, yet beneath the darkness, life continues its relentless rhythm. Predators and prey alike prepare for another night of challenges, where every sound can mean danger or hope. In this wild kingdom, there are no eternal victors and no permanent defeats, only the unending cycle of nature, grand and untamed, at the heart of Africa. Which of these breathtaking encounters in Sabi Sands impressed you the most? Share in the comments which showdown captivated you and left you in awe. We want to hear your thoughts.